So you've probably already heard of the interesting relationship that Ryzen CPUs have with RAM, as in they need RAM that's really fast in order to really perform the best. At least that was the case with 1st and 2nd gen Ryzen, with 1st gen especially having major issues when it comes to RAM compatibility. But have things changed? Well, that is what we're here to find out. Without further ado, let's just try and underclock and overclock our RAM a bit, and we'll see exactly how much worse my Ryzen 3700X will perform with lower speed RAM, and also then how much better with higher speed RAM. So it's the next day, the results are in, and let's go over them. Starting with some Rainbow Six Siege, where you see that, well, the difference is barely there. It's almost like it's just a margin of error thing. Okay, that's interesting. Let's try Shadow Tomb Raider then. And also, barely anything changed. Okay, maybe it's just to do with gaming. Let's try a different type of benchmark. Let's try Cinebench. And it's the same. In fact, the lower frequency somehow got the highest score despite several reruns to make sure it's not just a mistake. Yeah, these results don't seem to add up. But maybe they're all bad. Let's try something else. Let's try Blender. You know, Blender is a good non-sympathetic benchmark. Let's give it a go at the old BMW benchmark and let's see how well it does. And again, it seems like they're all just even within margin of error. Well then, there is still a chance I did something wrong, but it appears that Ryzen doesn't care as much about memory frequencies anymore, like barely at all, unless you're overclocking to a much higher frequency. So, in that case, everyone just rejoice. But there's still an argument to be made for buying higher frequency RAM, especially if you're playing at a lower resolution, such as 1080p, because then you will see quite a noticeable bump, so that extra price versus 3000 MHz is probably going to be worth it. Or you could just, you know, overclock 3000 MHz RAM like I did. But overall, it seems that AMD was finally able to figure out a good way to both increase performance in the new Ryzen 3000 launch and also make it that they don't depend on RAM frequencies as much. So everyone should be happy, I guess. But I still have one more thing to show you in this video, and that's this beast. This is my old system, an FX 8350 based thing that you've probably seen my previous videos where I did things like run it at 4K, where I ran it with a GTX 1080 Ti and stuff like that. That was actually my build for like 6 or 7 months actually, a GTX 1080 Ti with an FX 8350, and they were all really fun videos to make. And from what I've seen, you guys enjoy them as well. So if you want to help me get this thing back into action so I can make more videos, experimenting with it, you know, doing all sort of overclocking and other experiments now that I have, you know, more space because there's just like a spare computer, then I highly recommend checking out my Patreon. It's down below because I have everything I need for this system apart from a case to put all of this in. And since it's gonna be more of an experimenting PC at this point, I want to get a special test bench for it. I found a really good cheap one online, so I highly recommend checking out my Patreon. Even $1 a month goes a long way in helping me achieve getting that test bench. And while I'm at it, I would love to thank my patrons, Kryken, Dante James Falzone, and Barry Yule. Thank you so much, it is amazing. It just still blows my mind that so quickly after really starting to push my Patreon, I already have 3 Patreons, so it really is insane. Thank you so much for the support, it really does go a long way. Also, I have a Discord now for my channel, so if you want to check it out, it's down in the description below. And also, all patrons get special ranks on there, so you can show that off. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in what I make next. Goodbye everyone. Goodbye.